Hi guys, we are live on Facebook and I'm absolutely delighted to be joined here today by Alistair and Jonny Brownlee.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much for joining. We've got all the fans back home in the UK who are joining us and who have been following you for the last few days, few weeks and few years. First of all, how are you feeling? Has it sunk in?
I don't think it has yet, obviously it was only a day ago now and we're both a bit tired, but it's what you work for the last 4 years. So much hard training's gone into it and I think it'll take a while for it to probably sink in.
Yeah, absolutely. And at what point did you realise you were going to be taking home gold and silver medals?
I think I realised gold and silver was quite likely when we dropped the French card at about 2k, and then it's just me and Alistair battled it out for 2 medals. But there's always doubts in your head. Have you gone off too hard on the run? Are you going to overheat? But when it got to 6-7k, that's when I really knew when I got gold and silver. And then obviously running down the finishing straight, knowing that you're 15 metres away from a silver medal Olympics is very, very special.
Oh, I can only imagine how amazing it is. And tell us, we're here in Rio, it's this amazing scenery, the beaches, the people. Do you actually get to take in any of the scenery as you're competing, or are you totally focused?
You're very, very focused on the race at the time, obviously. That said, we really got to take in the crowd, and the support we had on the course was phenomenal from British people. The amount of British flags out there was absolutely brilliant. It made a big difference.
Yeah, I bet it did. And celebrations last night, did I hear you were at the British House?
Yeah, we went to Team GB House. It was great. It's a wonderful setting. We got to see a little bit more of Rio, some beautiful views, and obviously we've trained very hard for this, like all athletes have, and lived a life of a kind of boring life, if you like. We've been in San Moritz altitude training, and then we were here in a training camp in near Sao Paulo for a couple of weeks. So it's nice to have a bit of fun and enjoy it.
So you guys are literally household names globally. People love to follow your training regime, what you do. Can you tell us a little bit about your pre-ritual competition routines? Do you do anything?
We don't. Obviously the training we do is fairly set. And it varies a little bit. It's actually quite different for us racing on a Thursday. This time it's racing on Saturday because your week's very set out, so we changed that around a bit. In terms of just before the race, I don't really have a ritual. Anything that was a ritual or superstition and somewhere along the way I've done and hasn't worked, so it's like got discarded. But yeah, simple things. Try and eat a good meal the night before, eat 3 or 4 hours before the race. Make sure your kind of kit and stuff and drinks are prepared the night before. Little things like that really, but nothing really set in stone.
Okay. So you mentioned eating before the race. I think this is something that people are fascinated about. You hear athletes compete consuming thousands and thousands of calories. What do you do? What do you eat just before a race?
Well, the night before a race, I actually eat pizza, and that's come from travelling all around the world and racing all around the world. And you can't get ill from a pizza normally. It's pretty simple food. It's carbohydrate. It's what you need. A decent dessert because you're going to need the energy for the next day. Because you'll be racing for 2 hours. You're probably going to burn about 2,500 calories. So you need some decent fuel in you. The morning before the race, I have to eat 4 hours before. So I ate at 7 o'clock yesterday morning. And for me, it's just nothing new. I won't try and experiment at anything new. It'll be very simple, cereals and bread, what I normally have for breakfast.
Okay. And I'm sure you've been asked this before, but as somebody who's got a younger brother and who's quite competitive with my brother, what's it like competing against your brother? Is there always the sibling rivalry?
Yeah, of course we're always going to be competitive, but we're just used to it. We've done it forever since we were like 3 years old in the garden, so it's quite hard sometimes to answer that question. We just get on, it's just what we do, really.
Yeah. And a little Olympic trivia for you. Do you know how many siblings are competing in this games?
No? How many?
Yes.
Yeah. Across all countries.
There's like 10,000 athletes, yeah?
I know of about 5, so I'm going to say 12.
I reckon 100.
100?
Well, somewhere in between 5 and 100.
I think I know 5. I'm going to say 60 then. 60.
It's 36. I thought that was a lot more. I didn't expect it to be that many.
Yeah, I don't think that's very many.
Yeah.
It's like 10,000 athletes, for some of them.
Well, you're definitely one of the more famous siblings.
Well, there we go.
And actually, to that point, we've been getting questions from fans. We're going to do quick fire questions to get to know the Brownlees. I'm sure you've been asked some of these before, but we kind of want to get under the skin and reveal who you are behind the kit. So, a few questions for you. Who's a better cook?
We like can't
Me.
cook, won't cook. Yeah, you can have that one.
Have you competed against each other in any of the sports?
Not seriously, but obviously table tennis.
I just saw you play table tennis. Who won?
It was 2-1 to me.
I can sense a rematch happening here. Who's got the worst taste in music?
Johnny is like the least musical man on earth, so he doesn't even know what music is. So
I'll
Would you
take
admit
that.
that?
Yeah.
Are either of these superstitious?
I'm a little bit more than Alistair, but not
Okay.
really.
Do you do anything in particular?
I just have to use even number lockers, don't like odd number lockers.
I'm kind of like that. It's a bit weird. Who's the grumpiest in the morning?
Oh, Alistair definitely.
Really? Do you admit that?
yeah, but Johnny's grumpy all the time, so I'm just a little bit less happy in the morning.
That's my question. Who's most likely to get up to mischief?
Oh, Alistair.
Can you give us a story about something he's done at the games this year?
We haven't done much so far.
We only finished about 12 hours ago, so.
There's time to come. Who's the best dancer?
None of us can
But
dance.
we're both useless, weren't we?
Okay, I'm not going to ask you to dance, don't worry. Brilliant, guys. Thank you. That was a bit of fun. So we've got a few fan questions that have been coming in. We literally, as you can see here, people literally kind of send in their questions, and we've had hundreds and hundreds of people who've been liking you and sending in questions so
Well,
far.
thank you.
So I'm just going to go for it with some of these.
Yeah, go for it.
So first question. What's your earliest memory of the Olympic Games?
My earliest memory is Olympia Christian getting disqualified.
Okay.
I'm pinning his spikes, and I remember taking his spikes off and putting them in the bin.
96 in Atlanta.
Yours is the same?
Yeah.
Okay. Gail Crow at home. Hi, Gail. What's your favourite cake?
I'm not fussy on almost any kind of cake. I'm not a massive fan of anything with coffee in it, so, but I don't know, a bit of chocolate cake or, yeah, don't mind a bit of carrot cake. Anything really, I'm not fussy.
If it counts a cake, a banoffee pie, I don't know if that's a cake. It's a cake, Victoria sponge, very British.
Okay, love it. Trish Bradford is saying she's looking to train for her first mini. Any training tips for her?
Yeah, training is very simple. I think for anything that you do at any level, I think consistency is the key. So, you know, if you can do 4 or 5 sessions a week, try and do that every week rather than 10 one week and nothing the next. Enjoy it. Find some people to do with it. Make it a bit social. Join a club to be that, and yeah, just consistency. Keep it simple.
Yeah, I think that's quite nice actually, making it a bit social so you really enjoy it as well. Nice message here from Deborah. Hi Deborah. My boys are 5, 9 and 10. The eldest 2 have followed you since 2012 and their ambition now is to go one better with gold, silver and bronze.
Oh well, good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that.
So you definitely have that support at home. If one of you, hang on, more questions. Cream or jam first on a scone?
Oh, jam.
Yeah, jam.
Yeah.
Really?
Is it, otherwise you can't spread it.
Does it make that difference?
Yeah.
We eat scones a lot on bike rides. Actually, it's
Okay.
really nice.
Good to know. A few more. Did you try any other sports before triathlon?
I played a lot. Alistair was terrible at all the sports, so not really. But I played quite a lot of sports. I was cricket captain
Okay.
for my school. I was rugby captain for the school. I played football for the local club, water polo, so all sorts of sports. And gradually I realised I was a lot better at triathlon.
What do you think you would have ended up in if you didn't go into triathlon?
In sport,
Yeah.
I'd like to think I'd play for Leeds United, be a football player, but I wasn't good enough.
A few more. Vicky is asking who wins at a game of Scrabble.
We don't. Johnny would win because he's far more better at kind of spelling and words.
can't spell, so.
But yeah, I don't even ever play Scrabble. Yeah.
Does anyone ever actually finish a game of Scrabble?
Probably not, no. Probably a fair point. Linda, lovely question from Linda. Really? Whose feet smell the worst?
Oh, definitely Alistair.
Johnny's, I wash it.
I'm not going to ask you to prove that. I'm not going to be a decider of that. Serious question from Angela. What tips do you have for motivating yourself?
Well, find something to do it with it, to train with you obviously is a big one. Because
Okay.
when Alistair, if it's a cold morning, I don't want to go out training, and he goes out, it makes it way easier. And I suppose vary your training a little bit,
Yeah.
vary the place you train, who you train with, just to sports to make it interesting.
Okay. Have you trained with any other Team GB athletes across different sports?
We went for a run with Mo Farah
Did you?
After London, so 4 years ago.
How did that go?
It was a very, very easy run, so it was fine. He's a nice guy. He's good to run with. Anyone else?
You know I'm going to ask who won.
Oh, it was just an easy 30-minute run, so.
I bet it was
he would
so
have been.
competitive.
No, we weren't doing a lot of training back then.
Okay. What about you? Have you trained with anyone else from Team GB?
I'm not sure I've trained with them. Met them around and done bits and pieces of them and stuff, but yeah, I don't think I've actually trained with them.
Right, well, guys, we literally have hundreds and hundreds of questions coming in, but I think we're going to wrap it up. We've been asking everyone, if you don't mind, to say a quick hello to the fans back home and a thank you, I guess, for their support.
Well, hello to the fans back home and thanks for your support.
Hello everyone, thank you for your support. Hope you keep enjoying watching the Olympics.